Fucking Jesus Christ.
Alright.
So, Jacob. Oh, I guess welcome to Practical Nonsense Podcast. This is episode that 5 number. Jacob, what have you played this week?
Have you heard of a game called Effigy?
I might have. Let me look it up on Steam real quick.
It is. I recently played the demo for it off of that PS1 haunted PS1 demo disc, whatever. And it was really interesting because
it looks really interesting.
it was it's another boomer type shooter, but it was really weird in that the level design seemed like really hectic and chaotic, and like it seemed like it was designed poorly, and that at no point did I feel like I was going in the right direction, but somehow no matter what I did, I always ended up getting funneled exactly where I needed to go. And I don't understand how they pulled that off, but it's amazing.
I mean, that sounds pretty sick, to be honest.
It's like no matter how,
sounds like just really good level design.
oh, for sure. It just I didn't realize it until like halfway through, and I was like, wait a second. No matter how far off the beaten path I thought I've been going so far, I've always ended up going towards progression. What's happening? But that is a game that is in development, and like I said, the demo you can find on Game Jolt, and I don't know if
No, I don't think the demo is listed on the Steam page. I'm looking and I do not see it.
right. But it was super cool. I would recommend.
Well, hell yeah.
Yeah.
This week, I've been taking a look at a couple different games. There was a couple different sales on Fanatical, which is a bundle website. For those listeners not in the know, and ended up getting just a bunch of different cool games like Rad Rogers or Super 3D Noah's Ark. But I also got this game called Unloved, which me and Jacob took a look at the other night. And that game is really fucking interesting, for sure. It's almost like an RPG kind of thing. Is that how you would describe it, Jacob?
I would describe it like a fever dream.
It is definitely like a fever dream. It's like
if it wasn't in my Steam library, I wouldn't believe that it existed, but
apparently it's based off of a Doom 2 mod, but it's almost like a roguelike kind of deal, because you spawn in at a floor and you're trying to get as many photos and other stuff when you leave the floor to upgrade your trinkets and unlockables and stuff. But you're just trying to make that alive because at seemingly random, it's whenever the game feels like it just spawns in a bunch of fucking enemies for you to deal with.
yeah.
And is it just me, or did you feel like some of these were just fuck it, I'll just stick this guy in this game?
Yeah.
You have like Silent Hill nurses, and then you have a guy that's just straight up a enemy from fucking Bloodborne. Like, he's holding a torch and a fucking gun, and he looks exactly like the fucking Bloodborne enemy. Like, he has the like wide brim fucking hat and the long like dark fucking coat.
Yeah. Yeah. And you have a fuck off evil killer clown.
Yeah, can't forget the clown.
And then fucking Mancubus, but without the rockets. Or whatever the fuck.
But it is interesting nonetheless, for sure.
Some shit that feels like they just made a 3D model of something. The one dude, like the first real scary thing you encounter in Spooky's Jump Scare Mansion that leaves the slime on the floor.
Yeah.
He's in there. For good measure.
Yeah, for good measure. For sure.
It's like you start the game and you're like, oh, this is wonderfully easy. And then it's like you'll enter a room and the game will be like, ah, you found my favorite monster closet.
Yeah. That's another thing that'll happen.
And then you'll kill everything in the room, and then it'll just happen again and again.
I don't know about you though, but I was having fun at like when we first started. I was like, I don't know, but by like towards the middle and the end, I was like, this is pretty cool.
Right. No, I was.
I don't know. $1. I will say this: $1.24 was a good price.
How much is it normally?
I think normally it's like $5, which isn't awful, but $1.24 is the right price.
Yeah. The price of a soft drink is a good price for that game.
Which when this episode comes out, you'll have a whole day to snag Unloved for $1.24. Because after that, it goes back to being $5 sometime on Monday.
Yeah, one almost a full 24 hours, unless I'm late with the episode, which is a possibility this week.
Oh.
What can I say? Time makes fools of us all.
So, as some listeners might have gathered, Josh is not here again this week.
We just glossed over that. We glossed right over that.
It sure did. It just hit me just now that we were just recording the podcast.
Welcome to the Practical Nonsense Podcast. We got host me, Jacob, and then we got Danny. That's it.
We just fucking just Chinese government media, just Josh right out of the podcast.
My name's Kim, and this is Tim. We've never known anyone named Jim.
Just showed up like the Chinese government pointing at Josh, going, "That also China, no Taiwan."
But yeah, Josh is not able to join us this week. He's sick, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, we're pretty sure.
He told me he wasn't feeling well.
Yeah. He said he wasn't feeling good, and then he made a Twitter post that said he wasn't feeling good, and then he said he wasn't going to be on today. So
to be specific, the Twitter post said, "I feel fucking terrible."
Yeah. I feel real bad because I was looking forward to listening to Josh talk about Street Fighter, which I guess
we can't let him forget.
No. I won't let him forget.
What kind of fuck ups would we be if we let him forget?
It'd be silly of us to do. Kind of wish we had just left the message there now.
We should. We'll put it back. We'll put it back when we're done.
Okay.
Just. So, what do you have to bring to the table today, Danny?
What do I have to bring to the table today? Not a whole lot. I've also been playing more Modern Warfare. I'm getting close to the end of the fucking Battle Pass.
Right.
Which I wasn't excited for. I was just like, not like super excited for. I was just like, by the time I finish this, I'll have a bunch of cool shit. Awesome. But I also noticed that at the end, like the blueprint that you get for the AN-94 gives you shadow tracer rounds, which also have dismemberment effects.
Yeah.
So you get a flashy gun for doing this battle pass, which I was like, okay, that's pretty cool. Like I'm literally like 9 tiers away from getting all this stuff.
Right.
Plus getting 3 different Rose skins is gonna be neat. Because I wanted to play as her, but I wasn't about to pay $20 fucking for that.
So
for just Rose.
Right. Did you see where apparently the longer you play, like in a day, to try and grind stuff out of the battle pass, the more hours you log in a single day, the less XP the game will give you towards the battle pass, because they want you to keep playing tomorrow and the next day and the next day.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I do know about that. I think not only that, every time we talk about Modern Warfare and me, like anytime I bring up the battle pass, we talk about how they do that. But that's, I mean, it's not fine, but it's fine for me because I usually play only like 3 to 4 hours like a day, usually, because I'll play like 2 before I go to work, and then probably like 2 hours when I get home, maybe 3.
Right.
But by the time like my battle pass like is truly affected, like I've done my damage for the day, so it doesn't matter.
Right. I don't know. I kind of fell off. I haven't played the new Modern Warfare in a minute.
It's for me. It's just really fun just to hop on like Shipment.
Right.
That's like mostly what I play is like Shoot the Ship, which is Shoot House and Shipment.
I despise Shoot House.
I used to, but it's really grown on me. Like, what is it that you don't like about Shoot House? Is it the middle lane?
It's
It's
that if you're not, yeah, it's everything. Well, that's the thing though. The middle lane is your best chance because of the way the spawning is set up. Because if you're on either end, then either you're gonna get killed as soon as you spawn because someone's waiting for you to spawn, or everyone, like the enemy team, is gonna spawn on top of you. Because like the way,
yeah, I mean,
the
I
way
guess,
previous,
but
well, the way previous Call of Duties worked is you'd have your 2 sides of the map, but it would register because there were like different spawn sectors on either side, but it would register that if like I was on one side of the map, regardless of that sector, then it would be like, oh, well, if I spawn somebody here, which in relative to that player is practically right next to him, then that's kind of a dick move. Which that did still happen sometimes, but it wasn't ever more than like 1 or like maybe 2 enemies. Whereas in this one, what is right next to me is as a relative term doesn't seem to matter anymore because the whole fucking enemy team will show up and be like, hey, look at this fucking loser.
Yeah, that happens. I mean, I feel like that happens to me more on fucking Shipment than it does in Shoot House, to be completely fucking honest.
Well,
but I understand the theory.
Shipment's a special case.
I understand, but I still feel like that's just so much worse of a thing on Shipment than Shoot House. I don't know. I'm also running around like a fucking madman on Shoot House. Like I have 2 classes for Shoot House. One is Kar 98K with I like just put a suppressor on it, but it had the sniper scope and then like the strap and the grip that makes you like aim down sight faster. So I'm just quick scoping fools. And then I have a Renetti that is like built specifically for me to fucking quick draw and fire off like 12 rounds in a second.
I put an ACOG on my car to be a fucking psychopath.
I mean, if it works.
See, that's the thing. It doesn't, but it does, specifically for me and no one else.
But yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, if it works, you know.
But no, the problem with Shipment is you either get the opportunity to get like 20 kills in a row back to back, or you get stuck in a loop of spawn, die.
Yeah. So it depends on how frustrated you fucking get though, because there's a way to break the cycle quicker than most people realize. It's just sometimes people are not ready to jump back in. They get, and it happens to me a lot too. Like I'll get frustrated and like throw my fucking hands up or whatever and be like, oh, this is bullshit. And by the time I thumbs back on the sticks, like, and I could move, I fucking died because I waited too long.
Right.
But I mean, sometimes it's hard not to get fucking frustrated on Shipment because yeah, that shit can happen. You can't just get killed like 6 times in a fucking row.
Oh, I need to say, I guess I need to apologize and say that I was technically wrong in the very first episode when I talked shit about everybody replying to the Nintendo Twitter over that fucking picture of Mario, because technically Super Mario Sunshine is back. But there's not a new one. What do you mean?
I mean, no, there's not a new one, but were people thinking that there was going to be a sequel to Super Mario Sunshine? I don't even remember what we talked about in the first episode.
Yeah, that was the thing, because Nintendo released a picture of Mario at the beach, and everyone was lost their fucking minds.
So wait, you talked shit because a sequel was not happening?
No, I talked shit because the people that follow the Nintendo Twitter, they do that every single time.
I mean, yeah, no, undoubtedly, but I mean, there was a remaster in the works and in the talks for a minute.
But no, we have Super Mario 3D All-Stars for a limited time for some reason.
Yeah, the limited time makes me kind of really gigantically fucking angry. But as a title, like 3D All-Stars, that's really fucking hard to beat. Like, that is a sick title. That's a good throwback.
Yeah, they I want to. Okay, realistically, they probably put like 30 seconds worth of thought into that, but that's all they had to put into it.
I mean, truly. Oh, have you got?
I don't get the limited time thing.
I don't either. It makes zero fucking sense. I think they're gonna like once the bundle is over, like.
Oh, you think the bundle is limited time?
I'm pretty sure the bundle is limited time. I've heard people talk about this, and it's fucking stupid. But yeah, I'm pretty sure that once it's like gone, they're gonna sell the individual games, which is scummy as shit. But it's Nintendo, so they can do it.
I mean, it is, but it's like because I would prefer a physical copy, but I have the strangest feeling that I won't be able to get my hands on one. But that's okay because, you can just download it. So it's not like it would be different if it was like, oh, only for a limited time, and like we were still in the days where like only physical copies are available because Nintendo is Nintendo and they're not somehow, some way, whether it's intentional or not. That's still up to debate. Top 10 questions science still can't answer. They're just physically not going to fucking produce enough product for everybody. They just won't do it. So then it would be a bigger issue. But since I can just, hop on my Switch and fucking download it, it's whatever. I'm still going to try and get a physical copy, though. I refuse to let physical copies die. It's the only way I can be sure that I actually own my video games.
Yeah, no, I really do feel that, though.
Like, every time I make a new Steam purchase, that little voice in the back of my head says, could be tomorrow, could be another 5 years, but one day it's all gonna die and you're gonna lose all this money. We didn't know we were making memories. We were just having fun.
Don't even worry about it.
Gabe Newell in his office. Ha ha! Nothing bad ever happens to the Newell.
And then he released Artifact.
No, I'm excited to play Super Mario 64 again and have it actually control.
I'm pretty sure they're just releasing. I'm pretty sure it's just a ROM pack, buddy.
It'll still control better.
Will it though?
Yes, because the software wasn't the problem. The hardware was.
Right, but okay. So let me throw you this, right? I've played Mario 64 on the Wii U.
Yeah.
It still plays like Mario 64. Like sometimes the camera is just gonna dog shit you.
Yeah, but that's any game really.
Right. I understand. Look, I understand that, but this is Mario 64 we're talking about. Like, they were. Don't get me wrong. Like Nintendo's like first go at like 3D worked out really fucking well, but there is still just like there are levels in that game where it's just like I would actually rather just fucking put my hand through a wall like 12 times than play this.
Where's our Croc remaster, huh?
Who even has the rights to Croc at this point?
That is a great fucking question.
Is he technically public domain?
Who has the rights to Croc? Oh shit, dog. From pushsquare.com, Wednesday, July 15th, 2020. Former Argonaut Games CEO wants to remake Croc, Legend of the Go-Po's.
Let's fucking go.
Let's fucking go. Let's see. If even the likes of Ty the Tasmanian Tiger can make a return in the year 2020, then sure, we wouldn't say no to a remake of Croc. The classic 3D platformer, which released on the PlayStation 1, is one of those titles that certain pockets of gamers have far too much nostalgia for. But then we suppose most titles from the bygone era resonated with someone. Let's see. While it's not a project in any kind of... Listen, listen. Croc is very charming. Okay,
This man-
I will
this
not.
man
I will
said-
not say that it's.
This
that
man
it's,
said, our game sucks, but people like it.
Look, look, look. Croc is very charming, and when you play it, it's immediately obvious that the developers understood where their shortcomings were, because they programmed in like workarounds for those shortcomings. For example, the fucking having to try and control the character in 360 degrees without analog sticks at the time. Trying to position yourself on some of those platforms is a pain in the fucking ass. So they mapped the L1 and R1 buttons to make it to where Croc steps ever so slightly in either direction, so you can better position yourself on a platform before making a jump.
Yeah.
Like, it's not the world's greatest 3D platformer, but it was made with love, and that's really neat considering how Nintendo fucked Argonaut in the ass anyways.
Yeah. For real. That really is such a fucking, like, Nintendo is such a shit company, but they just get away with it because they're Nintendo.
Yeah. Well, because the only reason Croc exists is because they went to Nintendo and they were like, hey, so we've been working on a little side project. It's a full 3D platformer starring Yoshi. And the story goes that Shigeru Miyamoto liked it, but all the other company heads were like, nah, we're not really feeling it. So they put the kibosh on it, and then shortly after, they cut ties with Argonaut. So Argonaut was like, well, you know what? We've put this much work into it, and this seems like a good idea. So they changed the Yoshi character just enough to be not copyright infringing, and that's how he became Croc. And then, what was it? 1996, yeah. E3 1996 or 1995? I think it was 1996. E3 1996, they showed up super excited to show off their the future of video games, the world's first 3D platformer, and they were walking around looking at the competition, and they were like, oh fuck, somebody else is developing a 3D platformer? Oh, you gotta be kidding me. But then they went over and saw that it was Bubsy 3D, and just when they thought they were in the clear, they went to the Nintendo panel, and what did they see? Super Mario 64, their idea.
That's a real fucking bummer, dude. More so for the Bubsy 3D people than anybody else.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, don't get me wrong, what happened to Argonaut Games is bad and wrong. But, like, to be like, we're making the first 3D platformer, this is gonna change the fucking game, and then get beat out by literally every other fucking person. Like, think, like, Crash Bandicoot, you have fucking Mario, you have Croc, like...
Yeah. Yeah, the fucking, whoever the fuck, I don't even remember, the Bubsy 3D guys, they were like... That was just the sad reality of it. They were technically first. They just were also last.
Sad, but true.
If Bubsy 3D had been the only 3D platformer to come out at that time, and like Super Mario 64 and Crash Bandicoot and whatever, we'll say, didn't come out for like another 2 years after, how different do you think things would be?
How different do I think it would be?
Yeah.
Here's the thing, is Bubsy 3D is incompetent, like, regardless, right? But maybe, having not seen, or maybe seen, but, like, you know, hearing, like, a later release date for these games, right? Maybe the people working on Bubsy 3D would have taken the initiative to make sure that it went into the oven for a little bit longer, you know, like finished up some of the rough edges that is, I guess, the one rough edge that is Bubsy 3D, because that game is rough. I don't know if you've ever actually played Bubsy 3D, but
I have once. I think another possibility is that because Argonaut was, I think, running on its own at that time, so I think they would have made Croc anyways. Nintendo is Nintendo, so they would have moved ahead with Super Mario 64 either way. But if Bubsy 3D had come out and been the first and only 3D platformer at the time, and like Crash Bandicoot was like still, let's say it was still in like early development, there's a better than average chance that because Bubsy 3D is Bubsy 3D, that people would have been like soured to the idea of 3D platformers. Bubsy 3D wouldn't have done well, and Sony might have looked at that and been like, "Oh, people hate 3D platformers. Cut that. What are you doing? Cut that. Naughty Dog, cut it."
yeah, that's true too. Which is another sad reality that that things that get funded is based entirely on what's trending.
Yeah,
and what's trending is not always good.
Which is yet again, why I think everybody should go out right now and buy Crayola Scoot just to fuck with some heads. I'm just saying.
I mean, it's got an 8 out of 10 on Steam. It's got a 74% on Metacritic. It's got a 4 out of 5 on GameStop. Apparently, you should just buy Crayola Scoot anyway.
Look, man, from what I understand, Crayola Scoot is not a bad game. It's just like it's fucking Crayola Scoot.
Oh, I see it.
Hey, look. It doesn't matter what console platform you got, you can get it. Available on Nintendo Switch, PS4, Steam, and Xbox One. I'm serious. Go buy Crayola Scoot. Fuck with the system.
And while you're doing that, also, hold on.
Become a scooter legend.
Become a scooter legend, but also purchase Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1 and 2. It's actually really fucking good. I got the opportunity to play.
Yeah.
And it feels the same in all of the right ways. Like, it feels a little bit nicer to control. But, like, all the buttons are the same as they were on, like, PlayStation. Like, it translates to Xbox just fine. Bottom button, where A is, that's Ollie and speed.
Right.
B, which is where circle would be. Or, B button, whatever. Those are your grabs. X button, fucking flip tricks, and then Y is grind. I don't know. Everything just feels really fucking just good and like smooth. It's nothing like Pro Skater 5, and it's so hard to I guess understate, I think is the word I'm looking for here, like how bad that game was. Like, that game was fucking abhorrent.
So I haven't looked into this yet, but did Activision rebuy the rights?
I don't know
because the reason
they made the game.
Well, it's Activision again. It's Activision again. But the reason Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 5 was so fucky and rushed out. The reason that, like, on the disc, the only thing that's actually on the disc is the tutorial, and then the rest of the game was a download.
Oh, I know
patch.
why. It was their last year that they had the rights to the Tony Hawk franchise.
Yeah, no, it's because if they would have put it all on the disc, they would have lost the rights before the game was finished. That's how close it was.
Right.
That's why the rest of the game was a air quotes patch. Is because if they would have waited until it was completely finished, they wouldn't have had time to actually make all of the discs before they no longer had the rights, so they wouldn't have been able to actually sell it.
But I mean, seriously though, that like Pro Skater 5 was a fucking nightmare, and to see this absolute fucking return to form is insane. And all of the classic tracks are there, which I'm impressed that they got the licensing rights for that.
If I had to guess, it was probably like Tony Hawk probably just walked up and asked, and they were like, "Yeah, man,
we're getting the band back together." That's another thing, right?
Why is Tony Hawk so fucking cool?
Why is Tony Hawk so fucking cool?
He's so fucking cool. Because I want to be that cool when I grow up.
He can do a 900, man. That's why he's so fucking cool. He can skate and then drink milk like I saw him do the other day.
Have you seen the warehouse stunt trailer for the Pro Skater remaster?
No, I have not seen that actually.
They recreated the first level from the first Pro Skater in real life, and then Tony Hawk fucking shredded it.
Oh, that's sick. If you skate it, tricks will come. Tony Hawk said that one time.
He's right. Who am I to doubt, Mr. Bird?
But yeah, I don't know if you know. I mean, I assume you do, but all of the same boyos are in it, but they're all digitally scanned in from how they are now.
That sounds amazing. Wait, so does that mean Bam Margera is fat?
You mean Chad Muska? The answer is yeah.
Was Bam Margera in the first one or the second one?
No, he was too young. I'm pretty sure.
That's ridiculous. I want Bam Margera looking like his dad skating around.
I mean, I forget what it's called. I think it's Tony Hawk Underground Pro. There's like a online like PC version. That might exist somewhere on there. I don't know, but yeah, you got all the old grandpas skating, and Tony Hawk's kid and some new bloods in the hip and fresh skating world. It's good. And they've also thrown in some new tracks to the game, but it all fits the general 90s skating hip-hop vibe.
Yeah. No, it's fucking Tony Hawk's Pro Skater was the fucking coolest.
It's I was real scared for this game to happen, man, because before Pro Skater 5, they also remastered the first fucking Tony Hawk game, and something about it was just off. Like, I played the shit out of it because I'm like, this is Tony Hawk 1, but something about just how the game like felt and played, like, it just didn't feel right.
Right. Tony Hawk's Underground is still the best.
Yeah, I like both of the Underground games, but those the first one was so fucking sick. Being able to get off of your board, which is so fucking useful, because you sometimes, like, if you're trying to do like one trick specifically, like skating by it, like hoping you can line it up as you're skating, can be really fucking tough. So being able to get off your board and line something up real quick is a real fucking nice thing to be able to do.
Right.
I don't know why that's exclusive to Underground, but you know what? I think it was also in Tony Hawk 8 or whatever that was, Project 8.
I don't know. I don't know. I just know that Tony Hawk's Underground was like, somebody sat down and was like, "Hey, yo, what if Tony Hawk's Pro Skater had a story?" Yeah, no, I'm excited.
I would only like run out and buy it right now if you're like a big old Tony Hawk fan. Like if you're like me, and when you hear like the rolling of skate wheels and Superman by Goldfinger, and your brain just like immediately floods with serotonin, yeah, probably run out and purchase Tony Hawk. But if if it's not like a necessity for you right now, like if you're not the biggest Tony Hawk fan, definitely wait on it. But it is a quality game, quality remaster.
Right. So in other news, did you see that? Which it's a real shame that Josh isn't here for this one. But did you see that? They're making a Shenmue anime.
Really? How?
From The Verge. AT&T's Crunchyroll has announced that Shenmue is getting its own anime series. According to Deadline, it'll air on Adult Swim's Toonami in the United States, not just on Crunchyroll itself, and will follow game protagonist Ryo Hazuki in his quest to become a martial artist and avenge his father's murder. Other than that rough outline, and the fact that Crunchyroll has ordered 13 episodes, we don't have much more to share. Shenmue creator Yu Suzuki will have an executive producer credit, and it'll be directed by Chikara Sakurai.
Well, I can't. Okay, hold on. I'm trying to find something here because I've got a gigantic fucking question.
It's yeah, I mean, I really don't know. I don't know how they're gonna make a whole anime episode about driving a forklift around.
This is...
Or, like, looking for sailors.
Yeah, like, I don't... Fuck it, I'm not waiting for Snipping Tool to... Ignore the meme font and border around this image. But, like... Inside the do you know a place nearby where I can participate in a street fight? Like, I can't wait for that. I can't wait for that scene to be animated. Here.
I present to you Shenmue, the animation.
You know what? This might be the best news that I've heard all day. This could actually work out really well. Like, I'm picturing it in my head right now, and this...
Guys, Shenmue's good finally!
Shenmue's good finally. The one person who listens to this is writing an angry comment.
Absolutely. Look. We'll give Shenmue 1 credit where it's due. By today's standards, it is objectively a bad game, but it did have a lot of innovation behind it, and I would argue that the existence of the first Shenmue and its open world, kind of go anywhere, whatever the fuck I'm trying to say, gameplay, sandbox, and mechanics would later down the road lead to the Unless I've got my timelines all fucked up. Fucked up. Yeah, that's what I wanted to say. Fucked up. Would later down the road lead to fantastic series such as Yakuza. But it would also lead us into the dark pits of QuickTime events.
So with Dreamcast games and older games getting remastered, how long do you think we have to wait until they remaster Seaman?
Well,
you ever actually played Seaman?
No, because I'm not a psychopath.
But it's
You're right. You okay there?
No, I'm not. Yeah, I've played Seaman. No, it's narrated by Leonard Nimoy, and it's a gigantic fucking waste of time. But it's its own interesting thing. I really miss that about games. You got weird shit like Seaman and different experiences on like the Dreamcast and PS1. I'm glad that you have like creators trying to kind of emulate that with like PS1 styled games that you often see on like Game Jolt and stuff like that.
Right. Look, all I'm saying is, where is... Okay, never mind. The upload failed. Okay, no, fine. The upload failed. Fuck off. It's fine. God damn. Where's my Gex remaster?
Where's my goddamn Gex remaster, Bruce?
Basically. Did you ever play Gex?
I played a little bit of Gex, like specifically at your house, and then nowhere else.
I'm glad that the internet became the internet. Otherwise, I might have worried that it was a fever dream. Because as far as I know, I'm the only one that ever owned Gex.
No, Gex was a thing.
It's not a joke, by the way. I want this. I want a Gex remaster.
Yeah, hopefully that happens. There's no fucking telling whether it'll actually happen or not, but hopefully that happens.
I mean, we got Medieval, and sky's the limit.
That's true. And as of, let's see here, yeah, as of now technically yesterday, but basically as of today, we got the Scott Pilgrim game back, because it was stuck in licensing hell, and then it was just like removed from the market because it was stuck in licensing hell. But it's back sometime later this year. And I think that'll be real fun for people who might not have gotten
you
to
know
play
why
it.
You know why I'm not gonna give up on a Gex remaster?
What is that?
Two reasons. Reason numero uno, because fucking Bubsy came back, alright?
He was literally brought back. Like, if enough people memed Gex, like...
Reason numero dos is because Gex was made by Eidos, and they were bought by Square Enix. So Square Enix technically owns the rights to Gex. And Square Enix is typically, if somebody walks up and says, "Hey, can we remake this?" Square Enix goes, "What? Yeah, sure. I didn't know we had it. I was using it as a coffee coaster."
Square Enix, I'm pretty sure, they also own Crystal Dynamics. Because I'm pretty sure Crystal Dynamics just made it Avengers, didn't they? It was like Crystal somebody.
Technically, I guess Square Enix also owns the rights to Tomb Raider.
Yeah. That's not technically, like, they do.
Also, I went on GameFAQs to to learn, trying to find who had the rights to Gex.
I mean, if enough people just meme Gex enough to Crystal Dynamics and Square Enix, like, it could probably happen.
Well, I probably, but I need to make a quick aside. I have to talk about this because this is fucking incredible. So I went to GameFAQs to try and figure out who had the rights to Gex, because it was just like the first link I clicked. And the question was posed by a user going by the name of The Big Deek. That is the_big_DEEK. And he asked, who owns the rights to Gex? When will it be remastered now that Crash has been finished? Who owns the Gex IP? Blah, blah, blah. And then under that, his little fucking sign-off or whatever says, and I quote, "My uncle is an attorney. I will sue you if you infringe on my rights. It's called the freedom of speech in the First Amendment."
Okay, goddamn shit.
What the fuck is that about? It's
just
you're on goddamn GameFAQs.
Just trying to look up how to beat fucking Silent Hill Homecoming because I don't actually want to play this game. Fuck.
It's just fucking GameFAQs, dude. Settle down.
Trying to look at this fucking Gears of War 2 walkthrough because this boss is really hard. What are you yelling about, dude?
He's gonna stick his fucking uncle on you. Because his uncle doesn't have anything better to do than take random GameFAQs users to court.
Sir, uncle, I need you to sue this man. He called me a retard in the forum.
Oh, man. I love shit like that. It's always super surreal.
Fuck, dude. I'm gonna fucking sue the shit out of you because you said the silver key was in this room, when it is in fact in another room. This is a false walkthrough and therefore false advertising. Prepare to be sued.
See, you know what this is? This is libel.
$10 million, please. Yeah, that's fucking wild. I love fucking old internet shit like that. What's that thread dated as?
This particular thread's not that old. It's like
really?
It's from 3 years ago. But the thing is, it doesn't matter how old a forum thread is. Forums are like the way forums themselves work is like time locked.
Right.
It's like no matter how the internet changes, forums and the people that use them stay the same.
Yeah. It's happening forum. Remember that guy?
What?
Remember what's happening for him?
No.
I remember good old Ray William Johnson.
Oh, yeah. No, I do now, but no, I legitimately.
You didn't know his
man. What a fucking bummer. He put all his chips down that YouTube was gonna be basically the next fucking cable TV channel, the next TMZ or whatever. So he made a TMZ-esque show, and then everybody was like, "That's great and all, but video games are a lot more interesting. I think I'm just gonna watch this Jagoff play them for a while."
Poor Ray William Johnson.
No, fuck that guy. But
how unfortunate that his career of stealing other people's content and inventing the commentary genre, which back in the day was just okay. So back in like 2015, 2014, you know how people just the reaction channels.
Oh, fuck the Fine Brothers.
like real fucking bad, but not just the Fine Brothers. There's just people that were literally just like eating chips and just hanging out with their fucking jaw just slack open watching a trailer, providing no interesting thought. Like, it's just video of them watching something and then occasionally them going, wow, that's crazy, wow. Like, that's where that shit technically originates from. I will give Ray points for having an actual personality and being able to actually comment on the shit that he was just taking from other people's channels. But at the same time, like, he was just hosting Tosh.0 or like Web Soup, but on YouTube itself.
Right. Yeah. Let's see. It's like the last, so. And I'm doing some research. I don't care. So, let's see. July 21st, 2018. He uploaded something. I don't know what the fuck that's about. And then dropped off the map for 2 years until Christmas of 2019. He uploaded another video. But now, the last upload on Ray William Johnson's channel was 6 months ago. And it's called, what the fuck is this called?
I don't know.
Oh, okay. It's called Superhuman, but the user V's because he's a fucking idiot. Alright. Yeah. How to Live a Happier Life, Superhuman, episode 10. And that was 6 months ago. And also, his YouTube channel is fucking hilarious because it has no profile picture and it doesn't actually have channel art. It's just the backdrop of a city.
You know. Oh man. Shit. Do I have any other topics? This is the question on everybody's mind.
Man. Well, see, that was his. I mean, for a while he was the king of YouTube. It was the first channel ever to reach 5 million subscribers.
No, true that. Like, Ray William Johnson is not a complete hack fraud like some people will claim him to be. He did a couple things right for sure. But at the end of the day, I think I don't know. Is Ray still doing anything?
Not really. Like I said, the last upload was like 6 months ago.
Right. But just because he's not on YouTube anymore doesn't mean he's not. He might have tried to do.
I don't think he hasn't like been in or done anything that I know of since 2016.
That's fine.
But
let's find out here.
Equals 3 ran from 2009 to 2014.
Looks like he's mostly a producer. He hasn't done anything this year, though.
Right. He's I mean, as far as his fucking YouTube channel, what happened, without going into any like real deep conversation, but what happened was PewDiePie happened.
Oh yeah, no, for sure. I guess he's also.
That's what happened to all of old YouTube. PewDiePie happened.
Yeah, I think he just hangs out.
Because, like, well, scripted comedy channels and reaction stuff was like that's what fucking rode high back in the day until fucking Let's Plays happened.
Yeah, which is a shame that you have less people trying to do sketch comedy. Who's granted, yeah, not all of it's gonna be good, but then you lose stuff like Balloon Shop.
Well, the problem is even if it's great, it won't get attention. The YouTube's algorithm won't promote it. It just won't happen.
Man, I know. There's so many factors about it. It's all unfortunate. But hold on.
Like the problem
Please,
with YouTube.
Anybody watching this who's even slightly interested in sketch comedy, even if it's only for like your friends or maybe your friends' friends, whatever. Please watch. Just look up Balloon Shop on YouTube. This is some of the funniest sketch comedy from back in the day, and some of it, not all of it's gonna age well, but there are some really fucking solid skits in here, like Hot Pepper. Hot Pepper is a fucking classic. I'm Quite Peeved is pretty good. What's my other go-to? I think it's called the Last Coke. Yeah, my Last Coke. Those 3 videos right there will forever remain funny, in my opinion.
Right. It's, well, I don't know. YouTube is a weird beast, and it's only ever going to get weirder. But the thing about YouTube is that you can start whatever channel you want. You can do whatever you want. You be like fucking take Ordinary Sausage for example. His rising popularity is a bit of an outlier, but most of the reason that it is becoming super popular is because that is the most interesting and different thing that has shown up on that platform in so many years. I don't even know how fucking long.
Right.
But the thing is, like, you can make a channel like that. Just, hey, let's see what the fuck we can make a sausage out of. But but YouTube very rarely will. It doesn't matter how good the video is. It doesn't matter how talented you are, unless you play to the algorithm, making what you want, unless what you want happens to coincide with something that is insanely popular at the moment, is very rarely rewarded. And that is a fucking bummer. But the other problem is that the only reason that YouTube is still around is because Google bought it. And like, because Google runs YouTube at a net loss, and they have done so ever since they bought it. And that's why, that's one of the major reasons that another platform has not showed up to overtake YouTube.
Right.
Because, like, don't get me wrong, it's a noble idea, like a video sharing platform that's like creator first, but anytime somebody gets one off the ground, that's when they realize, holy shit, they've been losing this much money on running YouTube. It's just, you can't. There is almost no viable way to make enough from ad revenue to keep the site running and also fairly pay out that revenue to the creators. Can't be done. But it doesn't matter to Google because they have more money than I'm pretty sure exists in the world. What?
So let me give you the 411 a little bit, because I read this article I was scrolling through just looking for something. I read this article and I was just so fucking bewildered. So apparently, you play as a nurse. It's I think it's like an infinite runner type deal.
So what is the article called?
It's called German TV bosses blasted for creating shoot 'em up video game where players kill coronavirus infected kids. Which leave it to the media.
Sun.co.uk.
Leave it to the media to make something sound real fucking bad. Where it's like an infinite runner type game where you collect like masks that work like Super Mario mushrooms. So a quote from the article, don't fucking at me. The enemies are infected, non-masked people, partygoers, joggers, conspiracy theorists, and small kids. And she must keep a 1.5 meter distance from the contagious groups and collect soap bars so she may wash her hands. You get points for nabbing toilet paper, and you also get points, I assume, for killing all of the enemies, but here it's singling out getting points for hopping on children. I'm looking at screenshots. This looks like a Super Mario type deal. Like, it looks like she's just hopping on people's like heads. Yeah. I see no mention of gun. I see no mention of any kind of bullet. So calling it a shoot 'em up is beyond fucked up, at least from what I'm seeing. Like, there's nothing that even resembles a gun.
Quote Michael Jordan, "Fuck them kids."
I guess so.
Michael Jordan didn't actually say that for legal reasons. I think I have to stipulate
You
that.
have to, yeah. If only for legal reasons. Fuck.
His uncle's a lawyer. Attorney, sorry.
Is he the one from Game... Is Michael Jordan on Game Facts?
Yeah, he's the big deek.
Alright, we better knock it off now before Michael Jordan's fucking attorney uncle comes and sues the shit out of us. So
he seems like the kind of guy that might do that just out of boredom. Just suit random people.
He just serves like random fucking people.
Yeah.
People
like,
never
instead
even
of leaving a tip on his check like at a diner, he just hands him a fucking summons.
Oh yeah, you've been served. Could you imagine? Could you imagine if you were at work and somebody just came to pick up his fucking pizza, and as he's picking up the pizza, he's like, "Oh, thank you. By the way, here you go." He just hands you a fucking court summons.
Man, I just like slow, like hand shaking, like slowly look up and be like, "I knew this day would come."
I'd probably lose my mind, to be honest with you.
Nah, for real though, what the fuck is this? Who's Tedford Dinkleton?
Is that what you sign all your legal documents as?
I should start doing that. Make that my signature. Tedford Dinkleton.
I think you, at that point, you should just change your name, bud.
Well, see, that's the fun thing about signatures is they don't have to be your name. It just has to be yours. As long as Like, if you sign all of your documents and paychecks and whatever by drawing a little picture of a tap dancing stegosaurus, that's legally binding. That's kosher. But as long as you do that every single time. Speaking of which, stegosauruses, I mean. The other night at work, somebody left an instruction to draw a dinosaur on the box, and I feel like we went above and beyond that particular Call of Duty because we all drew a dinosaur on all of the boxes. And eventually that picture will upload and you will be able to see those dinosaurs. What's the wackiest instruction you think you've seen so far?
Man, to be honest, like none.
Or the stupidest?
No, like seriously, we've gotten like none. Like nothing.
I think probably the dumbest one I've seen so far is there was an instruction for the driver that said when they get there, hand them the pizza and then look at them and say, "We live in a society." I think that was the stupidest one I've seen so far.
Yeah, we've had like no like stupid delivery instructions. If we have, I certainly haven't seen them. It's mostly just all contactless stuff.
Right.
Like that's the most.
Hey, while we're on the subject, guys, listen. Anywhere at all. Wendy's, Taco Bell, your local Mexican restaurant, doesn't matter. Don't order 30 minutes before close.
Please don't.
You sack of fuck.
For legal reasons, I will not say that.
I'm not on the clock. No, it's like I don't personally care that you have just now realized you've forgotten to eat that day. It's now your problem and yours alone. Make a fucking sandwich. Oh, there it is. There's the dinosaurs.
Here's the thing, right? Is if you're gonna order before close, make it very simple.
Yeah,
do not order
something
5 minutes to close with like 4 large pizzas and 2 of them are specialty and the other 2 have very specific instructions, and then also another like 6 sides of all varying degrees of bullshit. Just like don't do that. But if you're gonna come through and you're like, dude, I know it's late, I know you guys are about to close, but can you throw some sauce and some cheese and some pepperoni on a piece of bread for me and throw that through the oven, and I swear to God I'll come pick it up. That's fucking fine. That is fucking fine. Like, don't get me wrong, like when you're trying to close before you can actually close, it sucks. But like that guy, totally respect that guy. The people who are like, yeah, let me get a motherfucking the whole restaurant 2 seconds before it becomes 1 o'clock in the morning. Fuck out of here, B.
Yeah. No, man, and look. If the front door is locked, then you need to search for other avenues of either picking up your order or placing your order, because coming inside has been cut off. That is not an option. Neither is jiggling the door like you're fucking Eric Andre.
Yeah.
And what is especially not an option is pulling on the door, looking at the hours, pulling on the door again, looking at the sign that says that the lobby hours have changed, looking at your watch, then looking at me and putting your hands in the air like something's the wrong. Like, bro, you're wearing a fucking university t-shirt. You're telling me you can't fucking read?
You know he can't. Now you're raising your voice at him. This man has been drinking nothing but Four Locos and Red Bull, which is basically the same drink.
He's the most dangerous apex predator in the city right now.
That's not accounting for Parker. Shout out to Jacob's coworker Parker, who I've never met.
Yeah,
I hear he's dangerous.
Cool guy. He's a fucking psychopath. No, that particular store would not be. It'd be like removing Parker would be like removing the oven. It just won't work.
I understand, bro. I get it. I really do.
But yeah, no, for real though, like real talk, like businesses, every single fucking business everywhere has posted hours, most of which can also be found online through your personal pocket-sized Library of Alexandria.
Truly.
Fucking...
That's my thing, right? Is there's no fucking excuse. You can't even maintain, it's ignorance. I didn't know you guys were closing. Bullshit. Because you wouldn't have just potentially spent $50 on a place that was about to shut down. Like, and you might potentially not get your fucking food. Like, you knew exactly what you were doing when you placed an order 5 minutes till we turned off the fucking lights. Like...
Right. Yeah, no, it's
like, just as you were saying, like, the accessibility of that information is so vast nowadays. Like, there's no fucking excuse.
Yeah, there's absolutely no reason to be trying to force the fucking doors open when it's very clearly locked for a reason.
See, and that's just specifically with his, right? Like, mine, we don't have reduced lobby hours or anything like that, so our lobby is open up until, like, we actually fucking close. So, at least for the most part, like, people who are in there, like, are picking up stuff, or if we have somebody who... if you walk into a pizza place 20 minutes before it closes and you place a carryout order, please teach me your ways, because I couldn't imagine being that fucking brave. But you know, shit like that, like I said, as long as their order isn't like stupid complicated, like I really don't mind people who do that. It's
another fucking pet peeve for all you people out there that have apparently never ever worked a single service job in your entire fucking life is stop assuming that if there has been a mistake, or if, like, for example, the doors are locked because, you know, the lobby closes at a certain time, stop automatically assuming that everybody in the store, that all the employees are just fucking with you. Nobody is fucking with you. Nobody is in there, like, looking at your fucking sandwich or whatever, like your fucking McDouble, and being like, I'm gonna rub my balls on this. Nobody's doing that. Nobody's fucking with your food just out of, like, for no good reason. No one does that. That doesn't happen.
If that guy does exist, like if he's out there somewhere, he's fucking unemployed because he tried that shit one time.
Yeah, like no one is out to get you. What the fuck would anybody stand to gain from fucking with you? Like when you call and you're like, "Oh, hey, can I get pickles on that?" And I'm like, "We don't have pickles." Like, don't stop automatically assuming I'm just fucking lying to you.
Oh, did you have somebody assume that you were lying because you also said that we do not carry pickles for the cheeseburger pizza? And I knew this was gonna fucking happen. I fucking knew this was gonna happen because this happened to me at fucking Toppers when we got rid of the cheeseburger pizza.
Yeah, like it is super duper unlikely. Like 9 out of 10 times, this is not going to be the case. If you are asking for something and they are telling you no, we can't do that, they're not fucking with you. I don't know how else to say it. No one is like. I don't know.
No, man, I hear you. It's rough.
I can fucking remember when I still worked at Hardee's, like all the time. Like it would be, like all the lights would be off, everything would be off. The lights for the fucking like menu at the drive-thru would be shut off. Everything is obviously off. Like we're closed. Somebody would inevitably pull around to the drive-thru and just sit there. And it would just beep and beep. And they'd keep saying, hello, 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 are you open? And I'd be like, dude, it's been 10 fucking minutes and you haven't gotten a response. No!
Oh my god.
And they'll drive around and fucking knock on the goddamn drive-thru window. Right. Just so they can ask me directly if I'm open. And I'll be like, no. We closed an hour ago. It's 2 a.m. Go home.
Dude, yeah.
Truly,
I swear to God, I swear to God, this is a real thing that happened to me one time when I was working at Toppers. The front of the store, right? Like, there's plenty of amenities for the customer when the store is open for our lobby to just be a cool hangout place. Maybe sit down and take a look at the order or the menu to get their order ready, right?
Yeah.
If they haven't already placed it. We had these 3 college dudes walk in from, I'm assuming, St. Thomas, because it's pretty close to us. And they were just fried. But, like, the lobby lights were off, the TVs off, the fucking menu lights off. the fucking menu counter lights, so the lights that are above the menus that light up like everything else that's not the menu, also off. The only lights that were on that the public could see were the kitchen lights. And I was in the back like doing something, but everyone else was like cleaning up, right? And then I come out from like the walk-in or whatever the fuck I was doing, and I take like I turn to the right and take one step, and I just see 3 dudes in our lobby like 10 minutes past close, and I just look around the kitchen. I'm like, hey, does anyone want to get these people out of the fucking lobby? Like, guys, who did not lock the door?
Right.
You know how much of a security hazard that is.
Yeah, it's like if you're unsure, hey, is this place still open, or hey, is their lobby open right now? A, again, Pocket Library of Alexandria. B, just get out, walk up, and look at the hours. Look at the posted signage.
Oh, and let me say this for you.
I guarantee you, they're gonna have whoever's in that fucking store working there. is gonna have they're not gonna make fun of you. They're gonna make fun of you if you just pull on the door. No, if you go and look at the fucking hours and then go, oh, all right, and then just get back in your car, they're gonna be like, finally.
They're gonna be like, yeah, that was a cool guy. Just because it's like 10 minutes after close and you still see employees in the building, we're cleaning. We are taking apart the line. We are cleaning that shit so that there's not a bunch of dust and old toppings that get dropped. Like, the restaurant has to get cleaned, okay? Do not demand service past restaurant hours. That's also a good tip for anyone who might be a customer service nightmare. It is it see, I think that my place closes early for like a pizza place. Like, don't get me wrong, I'll still take it whenever I have to close. Sweet merciful Jesus. But like, it is 1 to 2 a.m. depending on where you are when we like actually close. At that point, like Jacob said, figure it the fuck out. Make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Go to, if 24-hour Walmarts exist near you, go to one of them, or like a Meijer or something.
There are people out there that don't view like fast food employees or like convenience store clerks, fucking the employees at Dollar General or whatever, just service industry employees. There are people out there that legitimately don't view them as people.
For real. I deal with that at least, if not every day, then every other day. Like, I'll get somebody calling in, and for the duration of that 5 to sometimes 10, sometimes 20-minute phone call, I am not a person. I am just somebody to yell at because somebody spent a little bit too much on drinky and can't understand why like 3 large pizzas, 4 different bread sides, and a thing of wings comes out to a fuck ton of money, and I can't just give them discounts. We're in fact not allowed to just hand out discounts. I can, if you can ask about specials beforehand, but if we're in the middle of trying to like figure out the bill and you try to get as many specials as you can, that is not how it works, compadre.
Right. Yeah, just don't be an asshole. All right.
I think that's the
takeaway.
That is the takeaway.
Truly, childhood is when you identify with SpongeBob, and adulthood is when you realize that Squidward makes more sense.
Yeah.
So, did you have anything else? I feel like we went off on a fucking tangent there for a minute.
Yeah, for sure, a little bit. No, I think this has been enough of a train wreck for this week.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Like, when Josh was like, hey, I'm not feeling well, I was like, don't worry, me and Danny got it. And I was like, me and Danny don't got it.
When you said that, the thing that was going through my head is, it's funny that you should mention SpongeBob, because the thing that was going through my head was when SpongeBob's fucking brain, like, explodes, or, like, breaks, and all of the tiny SpongeBobs inside of his head, like, start throwing away everything into the fire.
Yeah, when they get rid of everything that isn't about fine dining or breathing, they throw out his name. Oh, man.
Well, we did it, Jacob. We saved the podcast.
Yay. We did it, Patrick. We saved the city. It's literally fucking burning down around them.
Is that are we clear then?
Yeah, I'd say that's
all right. Have a week, everybody.
Yeah, thanks everyone for watching. Check us out on YouTube at Practical Nonsense to see everything that is posted in the Discord chat, or you can find links to anything that we may have talked about. Check that shit out for yourself, since we obviously don't have time to read full ass articles here on the show. Plus, I'm not exactly sure of the legality of that, of just reading out an article. But you can find us on Anchor, Breaker, Overcast, Pocket Cast, Radio Public, and Spotify. So pretty much everywhere that you can get your podcasts. Google and Apple are still being I was gonna say something, but I was like, well, do I want to be on there or not? But yeah, thanks for listening, and we'll see everybody next week. So,
where hopefully Josh will make his triumphant second return.
The second coming of Josh.
Part 2, Electric Boogaloo. Look forward to it.